Congratulations. You've reached the end of a long and difficult cycle, a long pattern of repeating behaviors and people that just want to drain you rather than to support you and lift you up. You have moved away from careers and jobs and people and environments that did not match your frequency. And all that time, you were thinking it was you. You were thinking that if you changed a little bit, if you were a little nicer, if you were a little more clear, if you spoke up more, if you spoke less, if you worked harder, if you just could imagine what the next thing was that someone needed and to be able to give it to them, and you worked very hard to do that. You stayed late in jobs. You missed important events for your family. You pretended to be interested. You ignored red flags. You made yourself into something so far from what you are that by the end you couldn't even recognize any part of yourself. And it was in that place that you realized that something has to change. And so you began to make moves, some of them smaller, some of them bigger, but all of them were moves. Moves to shift you into a new way of experiencing your life. And it wasn't smooth, and it wasn't easy. And it's still not smooth or easy. But the difference now is you recognize and can see things from a mile away that before you made up excuses for. You pretended that they weren't as bad as they were. But now you can see them so that you just avoid them altogether. And if you find yourself in those situations, you also know you can get yourself out of them. Nothing is beyond your scope of ability, capability, of understanding. Because you also realize that the power of knowing who you are far outweighs anything anyone can throw at you. It's December 5th, 2025. It's freezing rain today. As you can see, I have the camera just outside the truck so that you can hear it dropping on the side of the window. This morning, I was contemplating the end of a journey, and that's how it's feeling. It feels as though this quest to share very honestly and authentically and come out of the spiritual closet that I have been not necessarily hiding in, but held in. That's how it feels. I've been held in this space and place and time, waiting for this moment. And all the moments that led up to this unveiling for myself, this unveiling of who I truly am meant to be and what I am meant to step into as a role, as a profession, as a person, my soulful, intuitive self. And so if you've watched any of my other videos, you will have seen me transform, even just since April of this year, as I begin to reactivate my throat chakra and really step into my solar plexus and explore all of the things I've always known, but then to speak it out loud without fear of reprisal or repercussion, just honestly sharing and seeing what happens next. And I think that's what's so interesting for so many people. They are realizing that the fears that we held within us of what would happen if we truly stepped into our power, if we truly became the person we feel we are. We may not know exactly what that looks like, but we know that there's something calling us. And so as we take each step towards that and we speak our truth, and there's no finite line or direction to take. It's just one moment at a time. Whatever you are projecting out is exactly the thing. And don't place judgment on it. And don't wonder and criticize yourself. Just let it be. Speak your truth and let it be. Other people, other souls, other energies are going to do whatever they are going to do. And you just have to be you. Trust in the knowing that you now have of yourself. Having moved through and shifted away from so many things that were keeping you stifled and feeling stuck. And move yourself into this new place, this new realm where you feel like you can breathe more deeply, where you can enjoy more of your life and what is being offered spiritually, beyond the constructs of, as we've spoken about so many times, a singular matrix. There are so many options, infinite possibilities of what is available to you. But you will never be able to access it until you move through the process of getting to know your soulful self. And that requires disengagement. That requires you to really dig in and step into the unknown. It's in the unknown where you realize that everything is known. And you just have to have faith and belief in yourself. And that only comes through trial and error. And really, even that phrase of trial and error, is it really an error if it's helping to gain momentum, if it's building a new baseline for you to step forward or step up or step back? It's literally just the thing in the here and the now that allows you to move, to grow. So trust in yourself. Believe. Believe that everything is happening for a reason. It all has a purpose. And that the thing that you are required to do at the end of this journey, if you've been on one, and you have, it's just a mindful one, a conscious one. One where you really have an awareness of your existence. Of what your soul knowing and that intuitive pull is guiding you towards. If you've been on that journey and you feel as though it has been a long one and you are really looking forward to the relief that you have been yearning for your whole life, that sense of belonging, that feeling as though people understand you, the reciprocity of equal give and take, and not at your expense, not where you have to overgive in order to be seen, where you have to make yourself smaller or seem weaker, or you have to morph your soulful self for you to be accepted. Others will do what they will do. Your job is to stand firm in what you are, who you are, and where you want to be. So as we enjoy this beautiful day feels very crisp and fresh, remind yourself every single day, every single moment that it comes into your conscious awareness, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be right now. I'm exactly where I am meant to be. What is the energy for right now? How can I use it for my highest good? How can I use it to transition me, to pull me, to shift me? How can I alchemize the energy that is around me so that you too can reach that feeling at the end where it's transcendence, fulfillment, and bliss? And what that looks like is wisdom and discernment and comfort in knowing who you soulfully are, and that whatever happens, you can handle it. Because as we know, there's always another journey. There's always another journey, but you need to appreciate the one that you've been on. Congratulate yourself for having reached a milestone, or survived a situation, or alchemized a very difficult and dense energy. In those moments of rest and recovery, appreciate everything that makes you who you are, and that encourages you to get up every day, to open your eyes, and to even dare to believe. On those difficult days, that is your superpower. Hope. That is your superpower. Because there will be days where it feels as though nothing is working out and everything is working against you. And your superpower to make it through is hope. It's trust. It's faith. It's faith in yourself. You wouldn't be here if you weren't fully equipped to be here. It took a miracle for you even to be engaging in this conversation, in this conscious experience. It took a miracle for you to be born, to you being present. So without doing anything, you are a miracle. So start treating yourself like you are the gift, and that you don't need to move anywhere to belong. Until next time, everyone, stay safe, stay connected, and we'll see you really soon. Bye.